Hello, welcome to English for Everyone. Today we're going to talk about raising children. Is it difficult or easy to raise kids? And why sometimes it is difficult to raise children. Raise is similar to take care of. When you take care of your kids from baby to adult, that is raise. You raise your children. Let's practice. How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids.
Is it easy to raise kids?
It's not always easy to raise kids. It can be difficult to raise kids.
How many kids do you have? Is it easy to raise kids? Is it difficult to raise children? Very good. Why is it difficult to raise kids? Sometimes it can be difficult to raise children because they whine. Whine is the action. Not necessarily cry, but talk in this voice. I don't want to go. I don't want to. I want this. This talking in this voice is called whining. My children whine a lot. Let's practice. Why is it difficult to raise kids sometimes?
It's difficult to raise kids sometimes because they whine, and they whine a lot.
Why is it difficult to raise kids? Do they whine? That's right. Do they whine a lot or a little? Very good. Another reason it's difficult to raise kids, sometimes they have a meltdown. A meltdown is similar to a tantrum or a fit. This girl is having a tantrum. She's throwing a fit. But when the kids are a little older, they're not babies, we say they have a meltdown. They scream, slam doors, throw their books down, make noise. They have a meltdown. Let's practice. So why is it difficult to raise kids?
It's difficult to raise kids because sometimes they have a meltdown.
Do your kids have a meltdown? Let's talk about consequences. Consequences is a clear thing when you punish your child. Spanking is one consequence. Timeout is another consequence. So you can have 2 consequences. Or 3. No phone, no TV. You're grounded. That is another consequence. So when you punish your child, you have consequences. Punish is the action. Sometimes I punish my children. Like this, or like this. Also, discipline is an action. I discipline my children. Like this or like this. Now, if I don't have consequences, 0 consequences for my children, then I use discipline. I say there is no discipline in the house. Discipline is a thing too. There is discipline or there is no discipline. If there is no discipline, no consequences. And the child does whatever he wants. Is there discipline in your house?
Yes, there is discipline in my house.
So, consequences. Do your children have consequences if they misbehave?
Yes, they have consequences if they misbehave.
Is there discipline in your house? Do your children have consequences when they misbehave? Very good. What consequences do your children have when they misbehave?
Well, I usually take their privileges away when they misbehave, or they're grounded sometimes.
What consequences do your children have when they misbehave? Very good. Sometimes when you're raising kids, you want to lecture them. Lecture is the action. To talk to the child, telling them, giving them instruction, what is right, what is wrong, are teachers. The teachers lecture the children in school. Parents lecture their children all the time. Let's practice. Do you lecture your kids?
Oh yeah, I lecture my kids all the time.
What do you lecture them about?
I lecture them about doing their homework.
Do you lecture your kids? What do you lecture them about? Very good. When my students are learning, I am always patient with my students. And most of the time, I am patient with my children. But sometimes I am impatient, or I am not patient. When I tell them many times and they don't listen to me, I am impatient. Are you always patient with your students?
Yes, I'm always patient with my students.
Are you patient with your children too?
Most of the time, I'm patient with my children.
Are you patient with your children? Very good. Are you impatient with your kids?
Sometimes I'm impatient with my kids.
When are you impatient with your kids?
I'm impatient with them when they don't listen to me.
Are you impatient with your kids? When are you impatient with your kids? Very good. So, I am patient. Patient is a description. I am always patient with my students. I have patience. Patience is something you have. I have patience, usually with my kids. But sometimes the action, the process here is lose. Sometimes I lose my patience, or I lose patience with my children. And I'm like this. When do you lose patience with your kids?
I lose patience with my kids when they don't listen to me.
When do you lose patience with your kids? Very good. And what do you do when you lose your patience?
When I lose my patience, I yell at them sometimes.
What do you do when you lose your patience? Very good. Sometimes, after I lose my patience and I yell at my kids, I feel bad. I feel bad, or I feel guilty. Guilty is like responsible for something you did bad. What do you do when you lose patience with your kids?
When I lose patience with my kids, sometimes I yell at them.
What do you do when you lose patience with your kids? Very good. When you yell at them, do you feel guilty sometimes?
Yes, when I yell at them, I feel guilty.
When you yell at your kids, do you feel guilty sometimes? Very good. When you raise your kids, there are different ways to raise your kids. Some parents are different. Some parents are strict. All the rules, all the time. Be home at 8, not 8:05. Every rule, all the time. Strict. This mother is very strict. And this mother is relaxed with the rules. Not every rule every time. So she is laid back. Let's practice. What kind of parent are you? Are you strict or laid back?
I think I'm more strict than laid back.
Very good. What kind of parent are you? Are you strict or laid back? Very good. Another kind of parent? An overprotective mother. The child cannot go outside at night. Don't do that, it's dangerous. Don't jump on the bed, it's dangerous. Everything is dangerous. Always be careful. That is an overprotective mother. Let's practice. Are you an overprotective mother?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm an overprotective mom.
Are you an overprotective parent? Very good. Action, praise. It's important to praise your child when they do something good. You tell them, good job, great job. So to tell them they did a good job, praise. The action, I try to praise my children when they do good. When do you praise your kids?
I praise my kids when they do good in school.
Do you try to praise them more?
Yes, I try to praise them more. I think it helps.
When do you praise your kids? Do you try to praise them more? Do you think it's important? Very good. When I yell at my kids, that is negative. Negative and it is positive reinforcement. So praising your children is good. It's positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is good. Do you believe in positive reinforcement?
Yes, I believe in positive reinforcement.
Do you believe in positive reinforcement? Very good. Why do you believe in positive reinforcement?
I believe in positive reinforcement because I think it helps them behave.
Why do you believe in positive reinforcement? Very good. Today we're going to talk about what you do when your kids get in trouble. Get in trouble. The boy did something bad. He broke the rules. The father is upset, so he got in trouble. Today, get, in the past, got. He got in trouble. Or he got in trouble with his father. Also, pronunciation. When you say get in, the T is pronounced with a D sound. So we say get in. Or in the past, got in. The T is pronounced like a D. Get in. Get in trouble. TR is pronounced with the ch sound like chicken. Ch. Trouble. Get in trouble. The boy got in trouble with his father. To explain more, the boy got in trouble with his father. Why? For fighting. We use connector for plus a gerund with ing. He got in trouble with his father for fighting. Or he got in trouble for fighting. The girl got in trouble with her mother because she didn't clean her room. So she got in trouble for not cleaning. If it's negative, use connector for, and negative not for not. She got in trouble for not cleaning. She got in trouble with her mother for not cleaning. What do you do when your children get in trouble? Sometimes I yell at them. Sometimes I yell at my children when they get in trouble. Do you yell at your children? So remember the connector. With yell, use connector at. Yell at. Let's practice. Did he get in trouble at school?
Yes, he got in trouble at school.
Is his father yelling at him?
Yes, his father is yelling at him.
Did he get in trouble in school? Is his father yelling at him? Very good. Do you yell at your children?
Sometimes I yell at my kids.
Do you yell at your kids? Very good. The boy is in trouble. So the father put him in timeout. I have 3 children. I put them in timeout. When they're young, when they're little, I put them in timeout. Let's practice. When your kids were little, did you put them in timeout?
Yes, when they were little, I put them in timeout.
Do you put your kids in timeout? Did he put him in timeout?
Yes, he put him in timeout.
Why did he put him in timeout?
He put him in timeout because he was being rude.
Did he put him in timeout? Why did he put him in timeout? Very good. What do you do when your kids get in trouble? Spank. The boy is in trouble, so the father is spanking him. With spank, there is no connector. The father is spanking him. What do you do when your kids get in trouble? Do you spank them?
No, I don't spank them.
Have you ever spanked your children?
Yes, I have, but I don't think it works.
What about you? Do you spank your kids? Have you ever spanked your children? Do you think it works? Very good. So, what do you do when your kids get in trouble? Do you take privileges away? No cell phone, no TV. You take privileges away. The boy got in trouble. So his mother is taking his privileges away. No cell phone, no TV. What do you do when your kids get in trouble? Do you take their privileges away?
Sometimes I do take their privileges away.
Do you take their phones away?
Yes, I take their phones away.
Do you let them watch TV?
No, I don't let them watch TV when they get in trouble.
What do you do when your kids get in trouble? Do you take privileges away? Do you take their phones away? Do you let them watch TV? Very good. What do you do when your kids get in trouble? Grounded. The boy got in trouble, so he is grounded for a week. Is the form of to be. To be grounded, he is grounded. The boy is grounded for 1 week. That means he cannot leave the house for 1 week. What do you do when your kids get in trouble?
I don't let them leave the house. I don't let them play with their friends outside.
So, they're grounded sometimes.
That's true. Sometimes they're grounded.
When were your kids grounded the last time?
Actually, my son was grounded last week.
Why was he grounded?
He was grounded for getting bad grades.
Were your kids grounded? Why were they grounded? Did you let them leave the house? Did you let them play with their friends? So they were grounded. So why do your kids get in trouble? They talk back. They speak disrespectfully to their parents. They talk back. My kids get in trouble if they talk back, or if they talk back to me. Do your kids talk back? Do your kids talk back to you?
Yes, sometimes my son talks back to me.
What do you do when your son talks back to you?
If he talks back to me, he will be grounded, or I will take his privileges away.
Do your kids talk back to you? What do you do when your kids talk back to you? Very good. Why do kids get in trouble? Sometimes they throw a fit. Throw is the action. A fit. They're on the floor crying and yelling. The child is throwing a fit. You can also say have. He's having a fit. Do your kids throw a fit?
Not anymore, but when they were little, they did throw a fit.
What did you do when they threw a fit?
Well, I think the best thing is just to ignore them. So I ignored them and they stopped.
Do your kids throw a fit? What do you do when they throw a fit? Do you think it's best to ignore them when they throw a fit? Very good. Why do your kids get in trouble? They throw temper tantrums. So, a tantrum or a temper tantrum is the same as a fit. So the action, you have a temper tantrum or you throw a temper tantrum. It's one, so it's a temper tantrum. More than one, temper tantrums. What do you do when your kids have temper tantrums? When children are good, they behave. When they are not good, examples, they don't listen to you, they throw a fit, they have temper tantrums, they're rude, or they talk back. They misbehave, or they don't behave. What do you do when your kids don't behave? Do your kids behave in school?
Yes, they behave in school.
Do they behave at home?
Sometimes they misbehave at home.
What do you do when they misbehave?
When they misbehave, they get in trouble.
Very good. Do your kids behave in school? Do they behave at home? What do you do when they misbehave? Do they get in trouble a lot? Very good. What do you do when your children misbehave? They get in trouble. But what do? You spank them. You yell at them. Maybe you put them in timeout. Action, you punish them. I punish my children when they get in trouble. Or discipline. I discipline my children when they get in trouble. How do you discipline your children? Very good. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you liked it. Tell a friend and subscribe to our channel.